Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Hello, this is Thomas Banks. I'm here from San Antonio College, part of the Mass Communications class. I'm here with Ms. Mary Gonzales at San Antonio Current. How you doing? Nice to meet
Good,
you.
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing great, doing great. So basically, we just want to do an interview with you and find out about the career and about being a events promotion manager here at San Antonio Current. What
Okay.
can you tell me?
Sure. Well, I can start with my background first. I actually, grew up here. I graduated, or I didn't graduate from SAC. I took 2 semesters at SAC, where I was kind of trying to find myself. And I was doing mass communications. Then I went to photojournalism. Quickly found out I didn't have that eye for photojournalism, but I knew I wanted to do communications.
Right.
So once I finished 2 semesters at SAC, I went to UTSA, where I got my public relations degree. Once I graduated there, I still wanted to do communications field, but there wasn't a need for PR, mainly in San Antonio at that time, or a lot of openings. So I had a lot of difficulty finding that, but I knew I wanted to do communications and something towards events marketing.
All right.
So after that, I quickly got a job as an assistant director at a financial firm doing their marketing, which I loved. Got a lot of licenses, experience, and whatnot. From there, I got into the event industry because as marketing, you're able to do PR, marketing for events themselves. And so when I touched on events, I really felt a passion for it.
All right.
I really like the details that go into smaller events. So after that, I began wedding planning, and I got licensed to do that. I really liked it, but it wasn't the industry I wanted. So I knew events, not weddings, but
Okay.
something of that realm.
Okay.
So after that, I had a couple different jobs, trying to find out what was perfect for me. And then shortly after, I did special events for the bridal extravaganzas for here in Austin.
All right.
And so that was planning for a couple thousand brides and the bridesmaids' families at convention centers, about 40,000 square feet of event space.
Mm-hmm.
And that was great. And so then, a couple years after that, I found the San Antonio Current. And during that time, having grown up here, I was really kind of burnt out on San Antonio. I thought I had, kind of done everything, seen everything, knew everybody. As soon as I came on with the Current, it was such a new perspective and outlook
Right.
on what's current, what to do, what the in crowd's doing, especially our target audience is, our age.
Right.
So I interviewed with the Current a couple times, got the position, got offered it. It was amazing. I've been here ever since. I'm completely in love with my job. So I manage the promotions team here, which we do strict promotions at events. Probably every week, we're probably at about 5 to 10 events during the week.
All right.
And then in addition, I do the event logistics for our events. So we do now for next year 9 signature events. Excuse me. So for the 9 events, they range from small events of about 1,200 guests to now we added 2 festivals. One festival is 20,000 guests, and the other one's going to be about 10,000 guests. And so, yeah, it's pretty big and super exciting. So we range from music, cocktails, to foodie, anything and everything the current, audience would be interested in. So there's going to be an event themed to a nightlife foodie event or just a cocktail event. So we like to target and touch on everyone that's in San Antonio.
That's what I was about to ask you was San Antonio Current, what was it all about? What's their background? What they're doing? Pretty much answered it. That's really interesting. That's good. So you say about maybe 9 events a year?
Right. This past year, 2016, we had 7 signature events,
Okay.
and those are our big ones.
Right.
For next year, we have 7, plus we added the 2 new ones, the 2 festivals.
Okay.
But within that, we have smaller events. Like next week and the following, we have events about 500 or 600 guests.
Right.
So we're always constantly busy, even though it's downtime. We're still constantly planning events. We're now planning for 2017.
Okay.
Just because adding those 2 events in, normally our events would be 4 weeks apart. There's a couple that are within the same week or 2 weeks apart.
Okay.
So it stays pretty busy and interesting.
A lot of preparation.
Yes.
Okay, so could you tell me, for someone, say like myself, that's interested in this field, what do you suggest how they get their start as far as the education or as far as, I don't know, work or internship? What do you suggest that they would do and how would they get that start?
I highly suggest, and I had a couple of internships. My main one was at the Express News. I definitely recommend internships, whether it's one semester, half a semester. You know, we've had some interns here that have so many hours they need to accumulate, and they do those hours, they knock them out quick. But any internship that's at a San Antonio Current or Express News, a bigger company where you're able to, you know, if you were my intern, I'd take you on, you know, what I'm doing. Or, you know, if I'm not available, you can go with Cassie, where there's a number of directors or managers where you can grab and learn from each one.
Right.
Because we've also had an intern here. I would take her on events, but then she was also really interested in production and graphic designing. So she was able to, you know, team up with our production team. So I would suggest, you know, a company that has an array.
A broad spectrum.
Right.
So, for instance, say for instance I'm into audio production engineering. I shouldn't just focus on just that. I should look into a company or a let's say a program or news area that has production, like you say, you do advertising or whatnot.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Because you can always find out something you're also good at too.
Right.
As well. I mean, and that experience never hurts either.
Okay.
Because, you know, doing events, I also love to write. And so every now and then I'll get to write things. I'm like, oh, I miss this. It's such a good passion.
Right.
So I get to not only do events, but be a part of everything else that's involved too.
Wow. Okay. That's good. That's great. Okay. Let's see here. So you went over your background. You told me about the job. You told me about so far. Okay. Your daily activities here. What all does that entail?
I would love to say I have that cookie cutter. This is what I do every day. For events, you know, the event world or industry is so, and communications and marketing, it's so diverse from day to day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, every day, you know, the day before I plan out, you know, what I need to do, what's important, what's urgent and important and all that and whatnot. The main thing to my everyday activities, no matter what they are, whether I'm in the office or out on meetings all day, is preparation.
Okay.
But every day, I mean, I come in, we have a meeting at the beginning of each day for about an hour. We all group together, go over certain things each day, you know, events and marketing is Thursday morning, so we do that. After that, I'll go down my list of what I need to do, what I need to accomplish every day. So that can range from going on meetings, going on venue walkthroughs, checking social media. You know, a lot of jobs steer away, don't be on social media, don't be on your phone.
Right.
Marketing events, you have to. So look at all the social media posts that are going on, anything going on for this weekend that we might need to be aware of. So I'm on Facebook, or we are, more than usual. And then, let's see, I'll make a lot of follow-up calls, or if I need to call vendors, I'll call them in the morning or in the afternoon. Of course not during lunch, because most of them you can't grab them by then.
Right.
Let's see, it's a lot of, you know, emailing, getting in touch with vendors, trying again to get in touch with them, sending emails. A lot of vendors for marketing and events, they are mainly available at night.
Oh, okay.
So then I have to make myself available, which is fine. So I work during the day, I get all my business stuff items done. In the evening, I'm available to be online or be on call when needed.
So with you saying that now, okay, as far as I guess, schedule, I'm assuming it's extremely flexible, and you have to be very adaptable.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you have like maybe a basic schedule, like you're working Monday through Friday, Monday through Saturday, or is it just however the calendar goes?
I mean, honestly, you know, I for sure 100% work Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30, because that's our schedule here.
Right.
But then given, you know, events or marketing, it's, you know, and most of our events are in the evening too. So it's really, and I was thinking about it, and I always, you know, preface with, you know, events, I have a crazy schedule.
I bet, yes.
So I usually work about every day, 7 days a week. During event season, my schedule, which is nuts, it's usually 60 to 80 hours a week.
Mm-hmm.
I'll usually work about 16 hours a day, just because there's so much to do for events. If I have to get up, you know, at 4 in the morning to be at site somewhere at 5, then that's what I have to do.
Right.
And I think that really goes back to, you know, a lot of people may not like that schedule, but it goes back to, I love what I do. I'm like completely in love with my job, and so whatever it takes to do it, I'm gonna do it. If that means working Saturday morning, answering emails, you know, because I couldn't do it for whatever reason during the week, and then that's what I'm gonna do. So even though, you know, if the promotions team is at events on the weekends or at night, I have to be on my phone, checking in on them, you know, see what's going on, getting pictures from them to post on social media for the client. So it's constantly hey, we're at dinner, but I have to go on my phone, not being rude, but
Right.
so it's a lot of being adaptable. You're right. I mean, the marketing director, she has 2 small children, and she's adapted to that, and she has a
Right.
free schedule too.
Right.
And so it's always it's about your passion, and
Right.
if you want it, and if you'll do it. If you feel passionate about it and love what you do, you're gonna make it happen. I mean, the marketing director, her baby's like 8 months old, and she'll work an event with the baby strapped to her back.
Right.
And then I get 2-3 hours of sleep each night just because you have to do it.
And that's what I was just thinking about what you were mentioning, the way you were talking, discussing about it. I was looking at your expression. I could see there's a lot of passion in it. So, yes, technically it is a career job, but I think you have more of a passion for it.
Right.
Therefore, you see it as you're excited, you're
Right.
enthusiastic about going out there and doing that.
Yeah.
That's good.
So, and a lot of people, some people are lucky enough to be passionate and find what they
Yes.
love to do. And, it's that, old saying, if you find, you get to love what you do, then
Right.
it's not a job.
Right.
And so I definitely live by that.
Okay.
Mhm.
Just one more question
Sure.
I had to ask. Now, we mentioned this, you talked about your career field and how long you've been into it and everything. Could you tell me, in your mind, in your opinion, the pros and cons of it?
Sure. And I'll be completely honest about all this.
Okay.
And of course, that's what everybody, I'm sure, wants to hear. Pros, of course, being San Antonio Current, we're widely known. We have the
Right.
biggest social media following of any company in San Antonio. Publication has been around almost 30 years.
Right.
In 2 years, it'll be 30 years.
30 years. Wow.
30 years. We're going to have a
Okay.
big anniversary party, too.
Okay.
So, we're pretty well known. And so we do, get a lot of perks.
Understand.
A lot of people, want or request us or hire us to be at events.
Right.
And so that's very nice, and getting to make those relationships and establish and continue those relationships with, the community or local celebrities and whatnot. So it's really nice to have those good relationships with
Right.
everybody here.
Right.
A con would definitely be the schedule. You have to do what it takes, but that's also, like I mentioned, 80 hours a week. How do you find that balance of, you need your time to recharge,
Right.
you need your family time, and whatnot. So just with events, I love scheduling. That's, scheduling items. I have to schedule, parts of my personal life and whatnot.
Right.
So I'd say that's a con. I mean, it's just trying to find a balance. I definitely believe, everyone should go on vacation, recharge yourself,
Right.
come back refreshed to hit the ground running.
Right.
And if I go probably like 6 months without even taking like maybe a weekend off, I can tell a difference.
Wow.
So I definitely urge that for everybody. Let's see, another pro. I honestly, and it's weird when people, contact us like, oh, it's the San Antonio Current. And it's like, this is my job. I love my job, what I do. The perks that come along with it, great. And a lot of people are kind of wowed by it. Like, oh, y'all are the big dogs. I'm like, no. This is what we do.
Right.
It's just nice to be, to hear the compliments and,
Right.
or from interns, this really helped me in this and, et cetera. And that's really heartwarming to hear.
Wow.
Yeah, when you get to help people out, so.
Well, Mary, thank you very much. I really do appreciate
Yes,
this.
of
You
course.
enlightened me and gave me a whole new different aspect of with media and how the actual world works with media and communication. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for taking
Yes.
time.
No, of course, no problem.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And this is Thomas Banks with Mary Gonzales here at the San Antonio Current, and this concludes this interview. Take care. See you.
Thank you.